50% of marriages end in divorce. And 37% of those divorces were caused because of financial issues. That's not sexy. So what's the solution? Maybe don't get married. Or talk about money with your sexy ass partner. I'm just a guy on the internet trying to save marriages, baby. So get your strap on, strapped in, and stick around for the rest of this video on how you can avoid divorce. The original plan for this video was to base it on the book Ramit Sethi, Money for Couples. But then I thought to myself, I'm one half of a successful 15-year relationship, 9 years married, and we openly talk about money on a daily basis. So I set the book on fire, and I'm going to give my take on how we have a successful financial relationship. If you want to learn how to keep your partner from taking half your money, sign a prenup. But also, stick around to the end of this video, and I'm going to give you just the tip you need to save your marriage. First, let's talk about the pros of managing finances together. You simply just can't win on your own. If you're in any form of relationship, you gotta have some layer of trust, at least a little bit, right? You're more than just a couple that's in love. You're partners. I promise you, if you're struggling or your relationship is struggling and you find that you're not able to talk openly about your finances, you're probably gonna have to tear down some of your own walls in order to open up to your partner. Working together will literally increase your income. You guys, like, it's simple math. Your income plus your partner's income, more income. There will be significantly less money fights. Now, I didn't say no fights. We still argue here and there, or I wouldn't say argue, I say we still disagree here and there, but we don't argue over little charges. Now we're discussing bigger opportunities and charges, like, I don't know, where are we gonna go on vacation this year? Or if we should buy that lawn ornament for every single holiday. But now I bet you're wondering, what are the flip side here? What are the cons? Let's talk about it. Actually, no transition. I like the spot, so I'm gonna stay here. So obviously, there are the cons of not working together financially. The first con, which is what got you to stay this long in this video in the first place, which is divorce. If you don't wanna get a divorce, that's probably why you're here. The first con, of course, is stress. There are always gonna be those little lingering issues that never get resolved. You also have that feeling of, this is my money, when in reality, you guys are a couple. It's shared money, because again, going back to the pros, you have more income together. Nearly 48% of couples argue about money. Imagine arguing about money on Valentine's Day. That's not sexy. In most cases, someone is the breadwinner in the relationship. Even if both people earn an income, chances are one person is earning a little bit more. This can lead to some sort of imbalance in a relationship if it's not discussed. One person who's making more money could feel like they're carrying all the weight, while the other person who doesn't make as much money can feel like they're not contributing enough. Then naturally, resentment kicks in, then boom, divorce. Most couples that don't discuss money, or eventually do discuss it, it's in the form of an argument, and they only talk about money when something goes wrong. That's how we associate money with fighting. Think about it. When was the last time you had a money conversation with your partner and enjoyed it? Which brings me to the importance of open communication. This part is gonna sound lame to 50% of you watching this. To the other 50%, this is still gonna sound very lame. But set a meeting to talk about money with your partner. Talk about your fears, your ambitions, your concerns, your dreams. You have to go into this meeting judgment-free. And you also have to go into this meeting with a little bit of vulnerability. Remember we talked about earlier, knocking down your own walls? Nobody's perfect, and that includes you. Don't go in with this agenda of judgment, like going in knowing that your partner just spent $100 on Timmy's this week. Don't bring that up. Talk openly about your financial concerns and dreams, and then listen. Whether that meeting ends in fights or smiles or something else, schedule that next meeting. Keep doing this. Keep scheduling those meetings with your partner until you understand each other's spending habits. That way you don't have to spend Valentine's Day weekend. My wife and I have one major meeting a year where we sit down and we set out all of our automations for the entire year. So that way we don't have to think about it. We also talk about our goals for that year. How much do we want to have saved? How much do we want to have invested? How much is going towards our vacation or home improvements? Then throughout the year, we have little minor meetings throughout, just discussing maybe adjustments. Again, some prices of subscriptions might go up. Our mortgage might change. Groceries increase, right? So things adjust. So we adjust accordingly throughout the year and just make minor adjustments to those automations that we set earlier in the year. But we're not making a big deal of it throughout the year. That's what the end of year meeting is for. Now, if you've had a sexy time, drop a like and subscribe, please. Now for the tips. First of all, you have to compromise. Put yourself in each other's shoes. Open up your bank accounts to each other the way you open up other things on Valentine's Day. If you really have to, keep separate spending accounts, but make sure your necessities are paid for as a couple before you have your own money to spend. We were all raised in unique ways, so what you think about money isn't necessarily what your partner thinks about money. Change the way you talk to each other. Stop using words like must be nice or that's impossible. Work as a team and you can accomplish anything together. A simple word that my wife and I have added to our vocabulary or sentences is the word yet. So for example, we can't afford that vacation yet. Set goals in your relationship and you might just make it onto the right side of a statistic. Now, if you want to know all the best positions to avoid divorce, you're going to want to